Hello, everyone, and welcome to our March Training Tuesday for OU Campus. Today's topic is Gadgets Overview for OU Campus. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode as this session is being recorded. If you have a question during the presentation, please use the Q&A function found at the bottom of your screen. We will attempt to address your questions throughout the presentation. If there are any remaining questions we cannot answer during this webcast, we'll provide an answer via email. Your presenter today is Billy Woody, software trainer. Billy, it's all yours.
All right, thank you guys very much. Let me get my screen up here. Well, welcome to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you might be on the planet. Me today. I'm sure a lot of you are just like me. You're stuck in office, so that's what we're doing here today. So moving forward, today we are going to be talking about gadgets in OU Campus. And let me get onto the right screen here. There we go. Our agenda today is what is a gadget. We're going to load some gadgets in from the marketplace. I'm going to give you an overview of all of the gadgets in OU Campus and show you how to load in new gadgets as well. So what are gadgets? Gadgets are essentially tools that are designed to make your life and your work inside of OU Campus a little bit easier. They streamline functionality and just help you work smarter instead of harder. And where do you find your gadgets? The gadgets can be found underneath this little plug icon, which is on the top right-hand side of your interface. And when you click on that, this will open up your gadget view. This slides out from the right-hand side, and all the available gadgets that you have will be listed right here. Now, the gadget menu is what we call contextual. What this means is that depending on the view that you may happen to be in, some gadgets will appear and some gadgets will disappear. So right now in this page view, you see I have this list of about 8 different gadgets that would be available. If I switched over then to a preview view of a page, you see the list of gadgets increases almost twice as much. And then if I actually go into the edit view of a page, I even have more gadgets available to me, such as things like the assets and the snippets gadget that were not available last time. Now, for Marketplace. The Marketplace can be found underneath the add-ons menu on your OU Campus interface. When you click on the Marketplace itself, it brings you into the Marketplace where you can load up any new gadgets you don't currently have in your system. And I'm going to go over uploading that in just a couple of minutes so you can actually see how that works. The last thing I want to mention before we get into the actual demonstration of all the different gadgets are the 2 categories of the gadgets. They are called dashboard and sidebar gadgets. Some of the gadgets are designed to only be on the side, work on both. So this, for example, is my dashboard, and I've got several gadgets that are on here. And some of them will only work here. And then the sidebar, of course, is this one right here. And some of the gadgets, of course, are only going to work in this sidebar. So let's go ahead and jump into the software here. Let me go to my login screen. I'm going to click here on my direct edit link at the bottom of the screen. This is going to bring me into here.
Hey, Billy, you're going to want to pause for 1 second. The screen hasn't caught up with you yet.
Okay.
So we're still looking at the PowerPoint.
Got it. Just let me know when it's caught up on your end.
Try turning off the screen share and turning it back on.
All right.
There is a question about, Billy, your voice fading in and out. I'm actually hearing that too. I think it is just the connection from home and the excitement associated with that. So I think as a solution, Billy, if you can slow your pacing down just a little bit, that might help.
I will try to keep the pace down a little bit slower. And let me also make sure that I've got nothing else on my system that might be drawing any potential bandwidth. I think everything else should be off here. I believe my OpenVPN is off, if it is. So hopefully the things will continue to be working okay here. And I'll keep it a little bit slower so things catch up.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just the excitement of what we're doing now.
Exactly. Well, stick with me, folks. If things do kind of fade out here, I will be sticking around to get this thing done all the way through. So I'll be back just in case something does drop out. So hopefully everybody can now see my my main screen here where I'm at.
Yep, looking good.
Fantastic. Okay, so now we're back here at my page. As I mentioned, the gadgets are found underneath this plugin icon here. And this brings open our gadgets that are currently available. So if you see, if I go over to my dashboard here, we see the gadgets disappear that are not available. So again, there's that contextual view of the gadgets. We'll go back now to my previous page where I was. In the components display, in the gadgets, like snippets, there isn't a components or components gadget yet. I believe that's the question you're asking for.
Yeah, I think the audio dropped out in that. So the question is components display in the gadgets like snippet and assets?
Currently not. No, there is not a components gadget just yet. Hopefully that question got answered there and you heard that. Fantastic. If I, here we are again at you. If I then go into the, into the actual one of the content regions here to edit, you'll see here once I get into this region, this will expand out and we'll see additional gadgets that are available. As I mentioned, I wanted to show you how to load in items from the marketplace. To do that, we'll go to add-ons and go to marketplace. And if we scroll down here to where it says popular gadgets, you can click on view all, and this will list all the current gadgets that are in our marketplace. As you can see, most of them are already installed, but I do have a few that I can add in. So my assets gadget, I'm going to add in my bookmark, and I'm going to also add in my notes gadget. And bring these all into the screen here. Now, I see right-hand side because if I click on my little gear icon, we'll see whether or not they've all been added. So it looks like they have here. So there's my notes. It's been on. It's been added, and my bookmarks, fantastic, that is there as well, and then assets. If for some reason you do not see them on your side menu and you're expecting them, open up the gear icon and make sure they have been checked here to be able to show them in your gadgets menu. Okay, so we're going to go back now to my page where I was before, and we're going to go ahead and start to go through some of the gadgets that we have here. You click again on the editable region, so that way we get as many of the gadgets as possible. Now, I have, for the most part, alphabetized all of my gadgets here, but you can rearrange them in any order you like. So, for example, I typically like to have the My Checked Out Content gadget raised up to the top here. And there we go. But you can place it wherever you like to put it onto your screen. It really is entirely up to you. So let's go ahead and start with our first one, and that's going to be our activity gadget. So the activity gadget, this is available in any mode that you're in.
Hey, Billy, we're losing your audio there.
Item.
All right. It sounds like we lost Billy's audio there for a second. Please stand by.
Thank you guys all for being so understanding. I'm sure a lot of you are dealing with a lot of this as well. And plus, I am sure Zoom themselves are dealing with a lot right now because I'm sure their servers are getting taxed to the max at the moment with all the people working remotely these days. So, okay. Are you good to go there, Barbara? Oh,
Yep,
I see the recording going. Yes, I see it now. All right, so we had last left off with our lovely activity, which I had mentioned before. We'll give you a list of everything that's been going on within the system. So this is a great resource just to see what's been happening in your system when you get logged on right away. The next thing is your dependency tag info. Normally I would have my assets here. I don't see why my assets is not showing up. It should be there. Let's go to my gadgets menu here. Now you have to be an admin, of course, to get to this spot, but you're getting sort of a, if you're not an admin, you're getting a behind the scenes view as to what goes on here. So let's see if our gadgets for my assets is should be turned on for everybody. Oh, default off. There we go. We're going to turn it back on. And let's make sure also things like the things I just loaded up, my bookmarks is on. And then notes, I think, was the other one that I added. And let's make sure that it is on as well. So if you do load something up, again, if it's not showing up, talk to your admin if you're not one yourself. Make sure the dependency tag is set to be turned on. So let's go back over into here and let's reload these back up. And I'm going to have to refresh this page. Let's do that. Open up my content region. There we go. There's my assets that I was looking for. Okay, so the assets gadget will allow you to take your assets that you normally would access through the toolbar here. You can do this on your gadget menu as well, and just click and drag them onto your desktop here to use. So you can, of course, filter them by name or filter them by type as well. So if I wanted to find all my image galleries, I can just come here and click and drag and drop my image gallery right onto the screen directly from the asset. So it's a great tool to have here to get quick access to everything without having new windows pop up. You can just have everything at your disposal right here, which is really nice. Bookmarks. Bookmarks is a great tool for, of course, bookmarking things you're going to go back to. If you have access to things like reports, you can bookmark different reports, especially custom reports, and save those in here as well. So here it's loaded up some of my reports that bookmarks I've already had. So I've got individual folders here, so I can come and I can click on any of these and go to any of these bookmarks that I want to. If I want to add a new bookmark to this, I would just click on the bookmark bar here. It adds it in. And if I want to, I can then click it and drag it and drop it into any of the folders that I want to. And so this will give me, save all of my bookmarks. And this is just for me, myself. So this is not somebody else who's going to have these bookmarks as well. These are just going to be for me. All right, and close that back up. The next one is your dependency tag info. And this is a great tool to use. So this allows the users to basically view all the information about the dependency tags in the systems. So the user can enter a dependency tag in the field and retrieve all the data from that as well. So I have a dependency tag here that I'm going to put into this here that I just happen to have here. And so I'm going to go ahead and type this in. And 6182 and that. All right. And so this is going to give me all the information about this particular page that I have right here. So this is letting me know what type of item it is. It is a file, the name of the file, the staging path of where it's located, the site that it's associated with, and then who is subscribing to this particular dependency tag, meaning, you know, what other pages are linking back to it. So here the mega nav is linked back to this page. The side nav is linked back to this page as well. So it gives me all the information about that particular dependency tag to see where it belongs back to, who's using it, those types of things. Also, you can do things like put in dependency tags for assets. So I've got a couple of assets on this page. If I drop into my source code, for example, And I scroll down to one of my assets that I have in here, which is going to be this little thing right here. The letter A tells you that it is an asset. Letter F and the dependency tag, of course, means that it is a file. I'm going to paste that in there and search for it. So this is going to let me know this is the name of that asset, and it's going to tell me all the places that that asset is being used. It's being used on the index PCF, on my training index, and then on this gadgets overview page. So again, this dependency tag overview is, again, a great little tool to have at your disposal within your gadget menu here. All right. After this, we have our images tab. We open this up. And what this allows you to do, can I view this training at a later time? Yes, it is being recorded, and it will be posted for you guys to be able to view at any time. Thank you for the question. You're very welcome, Andrea. The Images tab here will allow you to take images and drop them directly onto your desktop. So, for example, I can take any of the images that I have here, click and drag, and just drop it right onto here. It automatically brings up that pop-up window that you're familiar with when you're adding an image. It puts in the information here about the image. Of course, you would then add your description for your alt text, tooltip, and anything else you want to add to it as well to do that. Now, this is the current location that I'm in right now, which is this Training Tuesday Gadgets Overview Images folder. But I can go and select a new location if I want, just by clicking onto here. And then I can navigate up to a different folder if I want to. I can go into my resources and go to my images folder in there. And then maybe go to my faculty folder, profiles. So let's try that. See if we've got any images in there. So there we go. Now I've got all my faculty member profiles that I can click and drag. So you're not locked into just a single directory here. You can navigate around and add those into here. And again, make it as simple. Just click and drag and drop your images right onto the page. Another tool here, the link check, is a very useful tool. When you go into here, the first thing you're going to see is this big blue button that says Find Broken Links. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to begin to scan this page for me. So this gadget, it allows you to check for all broken links on the current page you're on. All the broken links that it finds are going to be highlighted in yellow, and it checks both internal and external links. So if you're linking to something that's outside of your site, like for example here with this one, if you see a click on this link here, I've got some really discombobulated Google address which doesn't go anywhere. It tries to find it and it realizes that this doesn't go anywhere. It's a broken link. So it does show me that it is a broken link, even though it's not an internal link as well. So it's really kind of cool. You can click on each one of these as well, and it'll give you some information about it. It'll tell you what the link is, whether or not it's broken on staging or production, and then here the status. That's an unknown host, which is what I would expect because it can't get anywhere. The other broken link here, it's broken on production, and it's just a page not found. So it's able to get to the host, but of course this page, this temp.html page, does not exist. So I get a 404 error. So that's how your link check works. And you can come in here and you can refresh this and do it over again once you make any changes to the page. As I mentioned before, the My Checked Out content, this is something that I usually like to keep at the top of my gadget because this is something that is really important. At the end of your workday, it's good to come into here, open this up, and look at all the pages you might have checked out. As you can see here, I've got a bunch of pages checked out, and it's very easy to get pages checked out accidentally as you're rolling through and scrolling through different areas on your page and your site. You may accidentally check out a page. So at the end of your workday, open up your My Checked Out content gadget, come into here and check back in any pages. Oh, this is the page I'm on, so I'm not going to do that one. All these pages look to be open, so I'm not going to change any of those. Yeah, they're all open pages. Great. All right, so I'm not going to check them back in for now because it looks like I have them all open. But if you want to, you can check your pages back into here and turn them all back in at the end of your workday, which is awesome. All right. Next would be notes. Come in here. We're going to open this up here. Now, when you create a note, this note is on this page itself. So each page has its own set of notes, and you've got the option to make public or private. So if I want to make a public note here saying like, this is my new page for gadgets,
Then I can save that. It tells me who put the note in here and the time. And if I come over here to, for example, my level 6 user, let me re-log back into that. There we go. And I'm on the same page. You see it's checked out by me in the other window, so that's why it's locked here. But I can go to the Gadgets menu and go to the Notes section. Let's make sure it's turned on here. It's on here. Am I missing it? Oh, I'm just blind as a bat today. There we go. And so there's the note that I made because it's a public note right there. And so I, as the level 6 user, can actually make another public note and send it. And that way anybody who goes to this page can see it. And then you can also create private notes. So any notes you want to make to yourself, you click on private and then type your note in here, and that note will then not be seen by anybody else. It's only going to be for you. And again, this is contextual only to this particular page. So these notes are not going to show up on other pages. It's just for this particular page. All right, page analytics. If you do have analytics set up on your site, for example, I do have the Google Analytics set up for this demo site here that I have. This will let us know the analytics for this particular page. We can come in here and we can select a time period, yesterday, last 7 days, 30 days, 12 months, or custom. It'll let me know how many visitors, how many page views, exit rates, time spent on page, things like that. And if I want to click on expand view, I can do this as well to give me this more graphical interface, a look at what's going on with the particular page. And I can also look at other items as well, the OU Campus Train Twitter accounts and things like that, and find out who's been accessing those too, and close that out. So again, a great little tool to get a quick view of that page and find out what kind of visitation you've had to it, what the analytics are for that particular page. After this is our page info. So this is going to give me the information for the page that I am currently on right now. So it's going to give me things like the page properties, the last time that it was saved, the parent directory that it's in, the page product. So this is producing out this index HTML file, and it's also publishing out an index mobile.html file. The assets that are being used on this is this one right here, this image gallery, and I've got some broken tags as well. It's letting me know. Now this is the dependency tag for this page. If I click on this now, it automatically will take that dependency tag and place it into the dependency tag info gadget to give me all the information as well. So if I don't want to have to go look for the dependency tag for this page and type it in like I did earlier, I can just go to the page info and click on the dependency tag, and it'll bring it up in there. So the same thing with the dependency tag for the image galleries or anything else. I can click on those and get the information listed up there, and the dependency tag info as well. Page parameters. This is a great tool, especially for those who have a lot of parameter options underneath your properties menu. Now this is going to be different for each of you depending on your templates for your pages. So basically all the information here under page parameters are the same things that are found in here underneath the parameters menu for your page. All of these items are listed there as well. So if I go back here, for example, to this, and under page parameters, I can make any of my changes right here now. So if I wanted to change my title and make this my new Training Tuesday, and I also wanted to say, for example, turn off that left column, I can then save it, and all those changes will be made here, and it'll get updated onto this side over here, hopefully soon. Let's see, it's taking its time. There we go. And we should get it updated here. There we go. All right. And so, oh, looks like I changed the title up there. I didn't actually change the page heading. So let's change the page heading. Page title is, of course, the metadata. And so that's why we're not seeing it here on the screen. So if I say this again now we see it here, the new Training Tuesday. And if I want to, again, change that back, I can do that. And I can also go in and turn that left column back on and save it. And we see the updates automatically. So again, this is a great way to go in and alter and change your page parameters without having to go into the properties menu and leave the page. You can do all of that right here from your page parameters menu. All right, another option that we have is what is called the quick publish. And this can be seen once we're in here in the edit mode. Now what the quick publish allows you to do, it allows you to save changes to the staging server and publish them to the production server simultaneously. And you can enter version descriptions and choose publish targets as well. And it allows you to publish within editing mode. So say, for example, I'm doing my editing here and I just want to go ahead and publish what I have right now. And I want to send it out. I can come in here, put in a description and do a save and publish. It'll save all the changes that I've currently made here and publish it out, but I'm still in the edit view. So it's any changes that I've made are going to be here. So if I come into here now, and this is some new text, and we go ahead and save and publish. And once this is back done, you go back over here to my versions, and you can see here that it would have saved. Here it is. This is my new text. So you see, it was able to save everything without having to go out and do the publishing from in here, without having to save everything in here. It all can be done through the really quick publish right here. Next is your request help. The request help gadget, it's a sidebar gadget that allows users to request help from another group within OU Campus. So I can come into here, and depending on how the administrators have set up who is going to be in charge of offering help, that's what's going to be listed here as where it's going to go to. So right now, if I ask for help, it's going to send this to all administrators. So I can say, I need help with this page, and I can send it. And then when I send that out, that's then going to go to all of the admins into their inbox. And so if I go here to my dashboard, let's open this up in a new tab here. There it is. In my inbox, you see I have a request for help. I need help with this new page. It gives me the path to the page, the username, and everything that's associated with that message as well. And so that's what the request help will do for you. And again, depending on how your admin set this up, this will determine on where this goes to and which group is going to be in charge of taking care of the help. Next is the snippets. This is pretty simple, just like the assets we saw earlier. So all the snippets that are available for you here are going to be listed here. So I can come in here and I can go to all snippets, and I can have all of my snippets that are listed here. And again, I can click and drag and just drop the snippet onto the screen. That's simple, and very easily go through all of them and use them as I need be. So again, I don't have to go through the snippet menu here at the top. I can do all of it right here from the right-hand side and make it quick and simple. All right, unpublished file. This will give you a quick unpublish and remove that page from the production server. So for example, if I came into here and I did an unpublish of this page, let me say, yes, I am sure. And there we go. So it has been unpublished. Now if I click on view live, file not found. It has actually been removed from the production server. So if I do need to quickly remove a page from the server, there's something wrong with it, I want to make sure I get it off the page, I can do that. Now I want to go back to my quick publish, for example, do a quick save and publish. So I can come back over down here. Now I go back and view my live page, and now we see my page is back up and running again. So that's your unpublished file. It quickly removes it from your production side if you need to get something removed right away. The URL shortener, pretty much exactly what you might think it would be. This is going to allow you to create a shortened URL. So if I, for example, came into over here, and let's take this, we're going to copy this, and we're going to drop it into here. And I'm going to click my little submit widget. And so this should, there it is. So now there's my shortened URL. So now I can copy that and use that wherever I need to. If I want to come back over here to my broken link that's in here, and then drop in my shortened URL into this and select OK and save it. So that's what your shortened URL is. You can also click and drag and drop it into here. I can also click and drag and drop it into there as well. You can do something like that too. So you can take it and drag it wherever you need to use it. All right. Workflow is going to show all the information that's going on in your particular user's workflow. So these are going to be items that may be sent to you for approval, items that you've sent out for approval, items that are awaiting feedback, things like that. So these are all the things that are in your workflow. And this is the exact same workflow that's in the dashboard. Let's see if I opened it up. There we go. Let's go back to the previous page. It's not updating. Come on. There we go. So there's the workflow right here. This is the exact same gadget that's on the right-hand menu. It's also here on your dashboard as well. It's the exact same one. The last of these gadgets on here is the YouTube gadget. So if you do have a YouTube channel for your institution or multiple YouTube channels, you can basically go in and have that linked up to your account. So that way you can come into here and you can select from one of your categories that you have. So I've got, like, for example, our monthly orientations, campus gadgets, different things like that. And then I've got all the videos associated with that here. So I can come in, I can take in my December training Tuesday done by Barbara last year, take it and I can drop that right onto the screen. It creates the link. I can add in any alternative source or more posters, that kind of stuff, and save it directly onto the screen. So there we go. So you can easily click, drag, and drop your videos from YouTube directly onto your page. All right, so that covers the gadgets that are here in my sidebar. So I want to take a look at a couple of the gadgets that are only found on the dashboard itself. All right, so underneath the dashboard, I've got two gadgets here. That is the inbox and the site analytics. So these two gadgets will not be found on your side gadget menu. They're only going to be found here on your dashboard. These other four, the My Checked Out Content, Activity, Workflow, and Bookmarks, of course, can be found underneath your side gadget menu as well, your sidebar. But the inbox and site analytics are all going to be all in here. And just as with the gadgets here, you do have a configure dashboard gear. So I can turn on and off any of these that I don't need. So if I don't want to bother looking at my site analytics, I can just turn that off and then it's off the screen. And then of course I can rearrange these gadgets on my screen to whatever works best for my workflow and what I like best on the screen. So, all right. So that's the basic overview of all the gadgets. Before I let you go, I wanted to go over a little bit more of an advanced gadget topic, and that's loading in a custom gadget that maybe you or somebody in your team may have created. Now, you will need to be an administrator to do this, but I did kind of want to go through this in case some of you guys are administrators or may eventually become an administrator. This might be something that will be useful to you. So if I come over here and I go to the setup menu and we go to gadgets, this is, of course, going to list all the gadgets that I currently have available. If I wanted to add in a new gadget, I would click on this new button, and you see that it's prompting me for the URL for the new gadget. So if I go back over to my pages view here, we'll say this not saving. I do have a gadget that is in here that I have loaded up, and this is my color wheel gadget. I click on this. Now what I want to do is I want to get the public URL for this. So I'm going to go to my production side and click on the index file here to basically get this part of it right here. So I don't need to worry about selecting the index.html file. I just need the folder that it's saved in. So if I come back over to here and I paste that, I can do what's called a fetch. It'll go through, it sees it found the color picker. Lets you know the URL for it. It's a sidebar gadget. I can say who it's available for. I want to make this available to everyone. And do I want this to be on all the time, default on or default off? And then I also have the option of actually choosing a starting color for this as well. So I can save this. Go back over to my gadgets menu. There's that color picker. So now you can see I can come in here and I can pick a color, and then I can insert the color to wherever I want it. I'm not in an edit view to insert anything right now, but if I were inside of the edit view and I was inside of a region, a field, I can click on insert and insert that color quickly and easily into the field. So that's how you're going to load in new gadgets. And if you want to try this yourself, and you do have the ability to get to here, this particular color picker gadget is stored on our public GitHub, which is right here. And if you want to download that, you can do that. Also, there's a Training Tuesday on how to build gadgets as well. And so what I've done here for you, and I'll leave this up on the screen here for a couple of minutes or so, is I've got a couple of QR code links here. So if you want to take pictures of those with your phone or do a quick screen grab of those, the one on the left is the address for the public GitHub to go and download that color picker gadget.
Hey, Billy, we're
the
not
one on the
seeing
right.
There. Now we're seeing it.
Oh, sorry about that. There's a little delayed.
It caught up.
All right. Well, yeah. The one on the left is your public GitHub. The one on the right is the Training Tuesday link for actually building gadgets. So you can go and watch that and get a lot of great knowledge on how to start to begin to build your own gadgets and create some custom gadgets for yourself. And I'll leave that up there for you. And then basically that's what I had to share with you guys for today. So if there are any additional questions, I'll hang out here for a little bit. And again, thank you all for being so patient for the beginning of this, to having us work through some of our technical difficulties. Hopefully for the next one, if we're still going to be doing this for the next month or two, it will be a little bit more easygoing. So the floor is open, so if there are any questions, I am here for you, even if it might not be related to gadgets today. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us here.
Yep. And as we're waiting for questions to come in, I just wanted to mention our next Training Tuesday is going to be held on the last Tuesday of April, which is going to be April 28th. In that Training Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the common XSL elements that are used in OU Campus. So if you're looking for some information about the XSL elements that our Pro Services team uses very frequently, we're going to be talking about those so you get a little bit of an understanding of what that XSL file is and what it's doing.
I see the question here about using a gadget for, I think it looks like web service of RSS. You know, I probably need to get a little bit more information as to what you're looking to do, but essentially you can, the gadget is essentially a snippet of code that can be a small program. That's basically what the little color picker is. It's a little JavaScript code. So whatever it is, if you can basically program it, you can probably turn it into a gadget. So whatever you need to do, you can probably get done with the gadget. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, let me know. I'll email you. I'll get your email, and then we can converse back and forth to get more details for you as well.
I am pretty sure that the RSS items do have API endpoints. So I bet you could create a gadget that would be able to access those.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Without any other questions, I want to thank you all for attending our Training Tuesday today. Thank you for your patience as we deal with technology. We want to wish you all a great rest of your week. Do enjoy yourselves, stay sane, stay safe, and we'll see you next time when we do this all again.
Thank you all again. Have a wonderful, great week.